multiplying polynomials, we just have to remember the two simple rules. First is that to multiply the numerical coefficients, like how to multiply the integers, and the second step is for you to add the exponents of the same variables. Right, so there are binomials or trinomials that when you multiply the products form a pattern, and such are called special products. Using the laws of exponents, you will be able to find the product of square of a binomial, sum and difference of binomials, cube of a binomial, and square of a trinomial. Right, so let's dig into the first special product, and that is on the square of a binomial. Okay, so in square of a binomial, meron tayong susundin na pattern, and the pattern is, of course, yung pattern natin for square of a binomial, and that is given by like this. Okay, so we get the square of a binomial. Square of a binomial. So since this is a binomial, of course, it has its first term and it has its second term. Okay, so like say for example, ang binomial natin ay a plus b, simplihan lang muna natin, and this is equal to what? So ganito lang naman kasimple kapag kinukuha natin yung final answer ng square of a binomial. Automatic, magkakaroon tayo ng 1, 2, 3 terms. Right? Kung ganito yung nakita natin, kung ganito mismo yung nakita natin, okay? So, magkakaroon tayo ng 3 terms na final answer. In short, trinomial yung magiging sagot natin sa square of a binomial. Now, how do we get this 1? Okay? So, yung unang term ng final answer natin. What we do is that we square. Okay? We square the first term. Okay, so we square the first term. Ano ba yung given natin na first term? Ang given natin na first term ay a, di ba? So i-square lang daw natin yung a natin. That's it. Okay? Then next, okay, dito naman tayo ngayon sa gitna. Yung gitna natin, paano natin kukunin yung gitna? What we do is that we follow this pattern. Okay? So the pattern is for you to multiply twice the product of the first term. Okay, multiply daw natin yung first term at saka yung second term. Yon, ganun lang. So, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng sagot dito na 2 times, ano ba yung first term natin? A. So, babalik lang tayo dito sa given natin na pattern. Okay? So, first term natin ay etong A, and then ang second term natin ay yung B. So, sulat natin dito yung B. Yan. Then, next, doon na tayo sa pangatlong term. We square the second term. So, ang second term natin is that, oh, by the way pala, class, baka malito kayo ha. There are times na hindi laging positive. Ulitin ko ha. Hindi laging positive to. Hindi laging positive to. Minsan, makakakita kayo ng negative. Alright? Minsan, nagiging siyang negative. Right? Nagigitong negative. Okay? Or, A minus B. But the pattern is still the same. You just have to follow this one. This step. Okay? Para maintindihan natin, hanapin natin yung sagot niyan mamaya. Right? So, doon na tayo sa pangatlong term. Ang pangatlong term, ang sabi sa atin is that we just have to square. Right? I-square lang daw natin yung second term. Okay. Square. So, meaning, square, maglalagay tayo ng exponent na 2, and then, ano yung second term natin? Ang second term natin ay b. Right. Yan. Yan din yung pattern natin. Ngayon, i-finalize natin yung answer natin. Or, para mas maintindihan natin ng mabuti, magbigay tayo ngayon ng example. Okay? So, let us have the following example. Right. Okay. So, let's have 2x. So, example number 1. Kapal. Okay, example number 1. Yan. 2x plus 3 squared. So, this is an example of square of a binomial. Now, we follow the pattern. So, this is equal to, okay, isa-isahin natin. Yan. This is equal to, i-square lang daw muna natin. Ano sabi? I-square lang daw natin yung first term. Ano ba yung first term natin dito? Okay, ang first term natin ay ito ha. Yan ang first term natin. Ito naman ang ating second term. Okay? So, square natin yung first term. Ang first term natin ay 2x. Ngayon, pag nagsulat tayo, hindi tayo pwedeng maglagay lang basta ng 2x since dalawa to. Okay? Constant at saka variable na magkatabi. Therefore, we have to enclose this in a parenthesis. Then, next, dito naman tayo sa gitna. Follow natin yung pattern. Okay, ganun lang. Yung 2, i-times natin sa, ano nga ba yung first term natin? Ang first term natin ay 2x. And then, times natin sa anong second term natin? Ang second term natin ay plus 3. That would mean positive 3 yun. So, 3. And then, dito na tayo sa pangatlo, which is the b squared. So, i-square lang daw natin yung second term natin. Ang second term natin ay 3. Alright? So, yun. Kung nakikita nyo, square lang daw natin yung 3. Now, when you are done, you are ready to solve. Okay? Or finalize your answer. So, therefore, this is equal to getting the square of the 2x means you have to multiply 2x 2 times by itself. Or simply, this is 4x squared. Okay? Yon. Tapos, dito naman tayo sa sunod. Yung 2, i-times lang natin sa 2, i-times lang natin sa 3. Lahat naman yan positive. Alam niyo naman na yun. 2 times 2, that is 4 times 3, that is 12 already. So, si x ay copy na lang natin kasi wala namang katulad na variable. The next, 3 squared means 3 times 3. Remember, the exponent tells how many times the base is to be multiplied by itself. So, therefore, that is 3 times 3, and that is 9. Now, let us, of course, finalize our answer, and this will be equal to 4x squared. Since 12 is positive, therefore, we're going to write plus here, plus 12x. And since 9 is positive also, therefore, we're going to write plus 9. So, what is our final answer? Our final answer is this one. Okay? Yeah. Alright, next, let's have another example. Number 2. Okay, number 2 example. Let's have x minus 2y squared. Okay, so getting the square of binomial x minus 2y. Right, so ang ating first term ay ito. Yan ang ating first term. Ito naman ang ating second term. Be careful, class, ha? You see this minus sign here? That's the sign of 2, and you know naman already that minus 2 means negative 2, right? So, you're already aware of that operation and symbol. They mean the same thing, but used in different way. Right, so let's follow the pattern that I already taught you a while ago. So, this will be equal to, of course, just simply square the first term. Ano ba yung first term natin? X. So, square natin si x. Hindi naman natin kailangan maglagay ng parenthesis kasi nag-iisa lang naman siya. Wala naman siyang katabing constant. Nag-iisa lang naman siyang variable. So, let's just remove that. Then, we copy. Oh, wait. Kunin muna natin yung sunod. Ang sabi sa sunod ay kunin natin yung 2 times first term times second term, di ba? Yun yung sabi. So, ang first term natin ay si x, and then, ang ating second term ay si 2. But you know that there is minus sign before it, and that minus sign means negative. Therefore, we're going to have negative 2y. So, negative 2y. Then, doon na tayo sa huli. Kunin natin yung square. Okay, square no second term. Ang second term natin, kung titignan natin, is again negative 2y. Okay, now this time, since may constant at variable, we have to enclose this in parentheses. Alright, so we are now ready to finalize our answer. So, finalize natin. This is equal to, of course, syempre, x squared pa rin naman to. Wait. Okay, x squared pa rin naman to. Then, we solve for this one. Yan, solve natin to. 2 times x times negative 2y. Of course, ang mga constants natin dito ay walang iba kundi si 2 at saka si negative 2, di ba? So, i-multiply lang natin yon. That is negative 4. And then, xy, there are no the same variables. So, we just copy xy. And then, the next thing that you're going to do is that you have to solve for this one. Okay, to solve for this, you know that there is square. So, meaning, we just have to multiply negative 2y by itself. Okay, kasi diba, remember, the exponent tells how many times the base is to be multiplied by itself, and the base here is ito mismo. Right? So, ngayon, ano magiging answer natin dito? Ang magiging answer natin ay negative 2 times negative 2, that is positive 4. Okay? Positive 4. And then, that is y. We know naman that y here has an exponent of 1 and 1 here. So, therefore, that is squared. Okay? Then, writing down our final answer, we'll have x squared minus 4xy plus 4y squared. Okay. So, yan pa lang yung sa ano natin, square of a binomial. We still have 3 more special products, and we go to the second special product, and which is the square of a trinomial. Alright? So, how do we get the square of a trinomial? This one, since trinomial to, trinomial talaga yung i-square natin. Okay? Ngayon, here is the pattern. Okay, please listen carefully kasi medyo mahaba-haba to. Mahaba yung magiging final answer natin. It consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. Okay, so let us have A plus B plus C kasi trinomial. So we get the square of this trinomial. Right, you know, trinomial is a polynomial with 3 terms. So, to get this is equal to, right, the first one is for you to square the first term. So, asa mo yung first term nga muna natin? Ito yung first term natin. Ito naman yung second term natin. Ito naman yung third term natin. Okay. So, i-square down natin yung first term. So, i-square the first term. Okay, square the first term. Ang first term natin ay A. Then, next, we square the second term. Okay, so we square the second term. Ang second term natin ay si B. Then, next, we square the third term. Ayun, yun lang naman. Di ba? Magkakasunod lang naman. So, we square the third term. Then, next, we get to... Oh, hindi na ako nakagamit ng ibang kulay. We get to... Right, so palitan natin. Gawin na natin pink to. Okay. We get to times the first term. Okay. So, yung first term natin, And then, times natin sa second term, which is yung b. Yun. Yun lang naman. Then, tuloy tayo. Sunod ay, ganun ulit, 2, i-times natin sa first term, which is your A, at saka sa last term, or third term, which is your C. Then next, mahaba talaga siya, class. Okay? Then we get the 2 times the second term, which is your B, and the last term, which is your C. Yun. Pag nakuha mo na yan, you are now ready to answer. Okay, so yan yung pattern na susundin natin whenever nag-square tayo ng trinomial. So, para maintindihan natin, let us have an example. Okay? Para mas magets natin. Okay, here we go. Example, isang example na lang kasi medyo mahaba siya. Alright, so 2x plus y minus 3z. You get the square of 2x plus y minus 3z. So this is equal to, of course, square the first term. Ang first term natin ay si 2x. Yan yung first natin. Ito yung second natin. Ito naman yung third natin. Alright. So, yan. Square the first term. So, maglagay tayo ng parentheses kasi may katabi. The next, we square the second term. So, square the y. No need to close in parentheses kasi y lang naman. The next, we square the last term. Ang third term natin, ay nakikita nyo to, you have to be careful with the sign. If it is minus, then therefore it is negative. So we have to include that, negative 3z, and then enclose in parentheses. Tapos, ang sunod natin gagawin ay, yung 2, ito na tayo. Yung 2, i-times natin ngayon sa first term, which is your 2x, times natin sa b, which is y. Then, ang sunod, follow the pattern. Yung 2, i-times natin sa a, which is your 2x. And then, i-times natin sa c. Ang c natin ay yung ito. Yun. You just have to be careful with the sign again. So, that will be negative 3z. Then, sunod ay yung pinakahuli na tayo. Ito, yan. So, tapos na tayo dito. Na tayo sa huli. Yung 2. Right? Yung 2, i-times natin sa second term, which is your b, which is your y. And then, i-times natin sa last term ulit. Yan, which is your negative 3z. Okay, so recall multiplying of polynomials. Right? So, zoom in lang ako. Okay, so this will be equal to, of course, this will be equal to, this one means 2x times 2x, right? And this is equal to This time, I will be discussing sum and difference of two binomials. Okay, so ito yung pinakamadali sa lahat. Okay, kasi sobrang andali lang talaga niya. Right? So, but however, you have to be very careful kasi this only applies whenever nakakita tayo ng totally magkaparehas na binomial, magkaiba lang ng operation sa sa gitna or in between, like the following pattern. Alright, so we follow the pattern. We follow the pattern A. Sorry. Okay, we follow the pattern A plus B times A minus B. So, as you can see, kita nyo naman, it's totally the same. AB, the operation in between lang yung pinagkaiba. Isa plus, yung isa minus, or whichever. So, pwede din naman kasing A minus B, and then A plus B. Pwedeng ganito, basta sum and difference. Okay? Sum and difference. Sum and difference. So, the rule is for you to just simply, ang gagawin lang natin ay, okay? Ayan, sorry. Ang gagawin lang natin is to simply, of course, we just, okay, makinig na mabuti. Ito na yung pinakamadali sa lahat. We just square the first term and we just automatic minus na pala ilalagay natin. Okay, ulit ha, ulit. Automatic minus na ilalagay natin. Then, we square the second term. Okay, kasi parehas. Parehas naman sila B. So, i-square na lang natin. Square na lang natin yung B. Yun, ganun lang. They are just the same. This follows. This follows also. Yun, parehas lang yun, ha? Okay, so, burahan ko na lang to. So, same lang naman yan. Walang pinagkaiba. Okay? Multiplication is commutative. Right, so, para maintindihan natin, let us have an example. Right, so, here is an example. Okay, so, if I have here, let's say, x plus, right, so, example, given, x plus 2y to be multiplied by x minus 2y. Okay, as you can see, totally, they are the same. Yung isa ay sum, yung isa ay difference. So, what we do is that we just square x. Diba? Yun. Square lang natin yung x kasi parehas lang naman. Then, what we do next is that automatic minus na ilagay natin. Then, we square the next term. Okay, we square 2y. Yun. Oh, but wait. You have to close in parenthesis this one. Kasi, you know naman, 2y to, constant at saka variable na magkatabi. Dalawa sila, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, dapat, pag nag-enclose tayo, kailangan mo talaga siya i-enclose again. Right, so our final answer will be, of course, this is x squared kasi hindi na rin naman natin yan masisimplify. Then, we copy minus. Then, recall, 2 squared means we have to multiply 2y by itself. So, 2y times 2y, that is 4y squared. Alam niyo naman kung bakit naging square, di ba? Kasi y here has an exponent of 1. So, add together, that is y squared. Therefore, our final answer is this one already. Yun, ganun lang. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay, now let's proceed with the cube of binomial. Okay, so the cube of binomial is... Right. Okay. Yan. Cube o binomial. Now, this time, cube naman to. Hindi naman siya square. So, medyo, madali lang naman din siya. Okay lang naman yun. Carry bells naman. Okay, so cube of binomial. Cube means you have to raise it to the power or to the exponent of 3. So binomial meaning you have two terms. So let's say I have here A and B, and but then again, this applies to positive or negative, ha? You just have to follow the rule. Okay, the rule says that you have to cube the first term. So, ito yung first term natin, right? Okay, ito naman yung second term natin. So, we cube the first term. Ang first term natin ay A. Yun. Then next, mag-plus na tayo. Sunod natin gagawin ay magta-thrice tayo ngayon. Thrice means 3 times. Ito talaga yung pattern na susundin natin. We are going to have 3 i-times natin sa product of the square of the first term and the second term. So, ibig sabihin, kunin daw pala natin yung square ng first term. Tama? Tapos, i-multiply natin sa second term. So, ang second term natin ay si B. Yan. Gets? Okay, so, eto yung sa first term. Nalilito kayo. Tapos, eto naman yung sa second term. Eto din lang naman yun. Ito. This one. Okay? Then, next, ang sunod natin gagawin ay mag-plus ulit tayo. Right? Oh, by the way pala, the sign changes, ha? It depends upon. Hindi laging porket nakita nyo plus dito ay plus na lagi. It depends upon kasi. So, kung anong magiging resulta ng sagot ninyo dito. Right? So, tuloy tayo. Ang sunod mong gagawin ay we are going to ganun ulit. Thrice the product of the square of the first term and square of the first. Hindi ba ito square of the... yes. 3, ano naman, sabi naman tayo mag-i-square. So, 3 times A, and then, times, kunin natin yung square ng B. Yan. Then, next, ang sunod natin gagawin ay plus ulit. But then again, nagbabago to, ha? Plus, cube of the second term. So, kunin natin ngayon yung cube ng second term. Mag-cube tayo ng second term. Ang second term natin ay B. So, cube natin yung B. Right. So, now, let's have an example. Okay, para ma-gets talaga natin. Right. So, we are going to have the following example. Let's find the cube of 3a minus 2. Okay, yan. So, first, we cube the first term. Kunin muna natin. Ito yung first term natin. Ito yung second term natin. Okay? So, cube the first term. So, 3a. But then again, since magkasama to, we have to close in parenthesis and close in parenthesis. And then, what we do next is, wag muna tayo maglagay ng plus, ha? Kasi, magbabago pa yung sign natin yan sa pinaka-final answer, eh. Kunin muna natin to. So, mag-ano muna tayo? 3 times, kunin natin yung square ng first term. So, square ng first term. Ang first term natin ay 3a. So, 3a, kunin natin yung square nito. Yan. Then next, times natin sa b. Ang b natin ay negative 2. Yan. So, negative 2. Okay. Then next, doon naman tayo ngayon sa 3 times ano ang a natin? First term. Ito yung first term natin ay 3a. Then, square natin ngayon yung second term. So, ang second term natin ay negative 2. negative square natin. Okay? So, huwag muna tayo ulit ng process. So,